Well, it's a cold and snowy day. Can't really go to work right now, so I'm out driving some back roads. Got a trip coming up, so I'm gonna do a little test run and see what I can find. Well, I was in two-wheel drive and found some clay, and now I'm in a hole. Let's give these max tracks a try, I guess. Not really anything to winch to, so I'm gonna try a traction board, see if I can't get up this. Well, they've gotten me out of the hole, but I'm sliding again. So I'm gonna throw them back under, see if I can't get it straightened back out on the road. You can see though, this clay is just insane, but got me out of the ditch. These off-brand Max Tracks work pretty good. Well, let's give her another go. You can see I was coming up the road, it was fine, but in two-wheel drive my rear ends just started sliding. Once I was in that hole, it was tough to get out. I was able to use my boards to get out of the hole, and then to keep me from sliding back in, I put them down and drove on them. Just eased out in 4-low, trying not to do any more damage than I have to. But I got up on some flat ground, and let's get these things out, get back on. There's a farmer in a tractor. He actually went up in the field around, so he's probably smarter than me. Well, I knocked the mud off of the track, stuck them in there for now till I can wash them. Let's continue on. I don't know if you can see, that windshield is cold, even having some thin gloves. My hands started losing circulation. I'm gonna warm them up. But that's a good example. If you come alone, be prepared. If I'd been with somebody, hooked a strap on, pulled my rear end out of that hole, probably been fine. But it is what it is. It was a lot of fun. Found a new road, not to come on when it's muddy, but a scenic road normally. I'll let my hands warm up a minute before I hit the road again. It's cold out there. Can't hardly breathe in that cold. Snow passed over, but man, it is cold still. Fun times. It's a good example of, you know, having a winch is handy if you have something to hook to. Here in Oklahoma, there's a lot of places you don't have anywhere to hook to. If I was down at the river or something, I could have buried an anchor. Out here in the plains and stuff, there's nowhere to bury. I mean, you could, but it'd take forever to dig. So, a good shovel, a high lift if you know what you're doing, a max track, something along those lines. Definitely might get you out of a bind. I know my hair is crazy. I've been wearing that beanie or toboggan or toque, depending on where you're from. It's been an exciting trip. I found some neat roads for my upcoming trip that I'm gonna lead a group on. Hopefully it ain't raining. Or well, it's changed a lot of these. But my fingers are finally getting warm enough. I'm gonna see if I can't make it the rest of the way up this hill. Continue on. Now that I'm up out of that bottom, the wind noise is so bad you can't really hear what I'm saying here. But basically, there's mud up ahead, there's standing water up ahead, and I've decided I'm going to go ahead and turn around and keep from tearing up the road as much as possible. This mud is still pitching me sideways. I'm crawling in 4 low as slow as possible just to keep me out of the ditch. I'm downhill, so I know I'll be able to keep going. I shouldn't need any momentum, but I also don't want to slide off into this crack. It's going to do it again. Trying to stay out of that crack. I don't think I'm going to make it. Even creeping. Good old clay. Oh, I might make it. Look at that. Well, I'm gonna get out of 4 low where I can get a little more speed and throw some mud out of these tires and get traction again, hopefully. So I'm sure there's going to be someone in the comments or even thinking to yourself, I could have got out of that. And yes, I probably could have just let her eat and powered my way out of it. But I do believe in tread lightly, and I try not to tear up any more than I have to. At this point, my tires are caked with the Oklahoma clay, and if you've ever dealt with it, you know what it's like. Literally, once the first few inches get wet, that's all it takes. It can be dry underneath, but you're just spinning like you're on worse than solid ice on top. So I hadn't really dug much ruts. Basically what I've rutted at this point, as soon as it dries and people drive over, will crumble back and turn back into dust, and like the road's basically fine. Now if I sit here and let her eat and dig down trying to get out, then I will leave ruts. So I might as well do the least amount of damage. So I grabbed the traction boards, got myself out of the hole, and eased my way up. And as you can see from me walking on it, it's just slick snot on the top. You know, it's a mess. Oklahoma clay is known for this. It just cakes your wheels up. And like I said, with good RPM, cleaning your tires out, you know, good mud treads, you can do a lot with this, but you're gonna do some damage. And at the end of the day, there's no reason to do any more damage than I have to. It was a great test of the recovery boards. My tires grabbed right onto those boards. They grabbed onto the boards grabbed onto the ground, and I crawled right out of it till I got back on clay, spun a little bit more, shoved them back in, took off again. Great investment. I think these were like 60, 80 bucks a pair when I bought them. Compared to Max Trax prices, it was a good deal. Now there's a huge difference in quality. These stack 3 times as high as Max Trax do. There's not a lot of mounts out for them. I think they finally have a mount out. But if you're on a budget, check these out. I've got a link in the description for these. I've actually got 2 sets of them. I've got the 2 that mount on the roof full time, and then a backup set of 2. They come with a carry bag. They impressed me on this run today, you know. Like I said, yes, I probably could have got out without them, but why not try them? No complaints here. Would use them again in a heartbeat on something like this. But anyways, I just took the highways home at this point. I had already hit the roads that I wanted to explore. That was the last section of new roads that I hadn't been on. Everything else I've done seen. The goal was to hit a few new roads and time the route that I was going to take for an upcoming event. You know, I wanted to know, hey, can we do this in a couple hours? Do we need longer? Just kind of plan out. But I didn't realize how much rain we had gotten last night. So, fell on my part on that. But I got out, got a few good pictures. I'll make a little video of this. All I brought was my GoPro and my selfie stick. I wished I would have had tripod and stuff to set up for that. That would have been cool. Even my drone. Well, not the drone. We got 40 miles per hour wind. That wouldn't have worked. But it just goes to show, you know, I've been out 2.5 hours, had a lot of fun. You know, you don't have to have a full weekend, you don't have to take off a week. Just get out there on a short little trip, explore some new back roads that you've never checked out. You know, do like I do. Look on Google Maps, find some roads that look cool, look like they're still open, go out. Check, you know, once you get there, make sure all the county signs are still there, they're still public roads. But, again, tread lightly. If it's muddy or something, don't go out. We got a little bit of snow, and that's about all I really saw. A little bit of ice accumulation from this morning. And most roads, literally, I've been driving around in 2-wheel drive all day. No issues. Just down in that hole, the water must have settled. They may have got more rain in that area. And it is what it is. But I'm back to town now. I'm gonna hit up the car wash the mud off before it gets dried in the wheels, you know, it affects balancing and all that. Then I'm gonna wash the car wash out. A lot of people don't do that. You make a mess, you need to clean it up. And I'm gonna go home, edit some videos. It looks like I'm gonna put this one out because that's pretty exciting. Got one from last weekend's trip. I've got my Oklahoma backroad discovery routes coming out shortly. But trips in the work almost every weekend for a while. May be behind on videos until the trips slow down. But I'm still gonna get out, still gonna have some fun. Gotta enjoy life. So I hope to see you on the trail someday. It's been a lot of fun today. I'll catch you some other time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, all that good jazz. Every little bit helps.